Millz, and today we have some very special guests in the building. This is the first time I've had 3 at a time. Usually I can do 2, but 3. I reckon I'm stretching myself here. That sounded weird. Like,
yeah,
really,
I was
really,
gonna say that was a bit mad still.
As in, like, I'm interested to know how this dynamic is gonna go because I've never actually spoken to 3 people at the same time on my own. I've done it with like David and stuff, and it works because he takes some questions, I take some questions. But 3, how are you guys feeling?
We're good.
We're sleepy today, can you tell? We're sleepy, but we'll wake up. You're going to wake us up.
Dappy, why are you giving me the side eye already? Plastic side eye already. Dappy's looking at me like,
That's
I'm
just
ready for you.
I'm not too sure. Go on, Dappy. What are we? Why?
No, I'm calm. I'm calm. Absolutely calm. It's a pleasure to see you always.
I do like seeing Dappy.
I
I see Dappy the most out of you guys, to be fair. I see you out sometimes, but Talisa, the first time I saw you was when we did the Ick video. That's the first time. And I must say, yeah, because you know I always keep it real.
Yeah.
I have never met you in person, but obviously I've read loads about you. I've seen you on TV. You know, there's always a discussion, not always, but you know what I mean, in our world or perception. And I was saying to someone actually, after I met you, I was like, Talisa has such nice energy. Like her energy is really nice, and she's very calm, and she seems very like you was. Even my MUA, she said, oh my God, Talisa was so nice. She was, you know, said, can I send her the pictures? And she doesn't have to be, you know, because sometimes you can. Some people they treat the talent nice, and then the MUAs or the managers, whoever comes with you, people are just like, you know, they don't know who they are, so they kind of treat them anyway.
Yeah.
So she was saying that, and I agreed with that. I was just like, yeah, so I don't know what perception I had of you before.
Yeah.
I think
everyone has this weird perception of us, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
if I'm being honest, if I had £1 for every time I heard that, I'd be a rich woman.
Does it annoy you?
You get used to it. It just becomes like second nature. But then a part of it as well, you think like,
you don't know.
I've fed into it because a part of the character in N-Dubz is the female boss persona.
Right, okay.
So it gives like, and especially other women, that, you know, perception that maybe I'm a bit of a bitch or I'm proper feisty. But no, I'm like the most, if I was any more chilled out, I'd be asleep.
So, okay, I just need to read off the accolades that you guys have.
Okay.
We were talking before we started doing plays, and we were saying that when I tell people, because I feel like people know your back, but some people don't know your back in a weird way. Because I've been saying to people, I'm going to do N-Dubz, and they're like, oh right, N-Dubz are back. And I'm like, how can you not know? Like, I've seen loads of things, but just in case people don't know, here we have 2 platinum certified albums, 2 gold certified albums, 5 MOBO awards, you had a Brit Award, 13 top 40 singles, 6 silver single awards, and 3 urban music awards.
She was nominated for a Brit, but we didn't win it.
Yeah. Nominated for
should
a
have
Brit.
though.
But this is what I'm saying. You guys.
You had to throw that one, didn't it?
We should have.
You missed that one.
Should have.
But what I'm saying is, I think people forget what N-Dubz has done and all the stuff that you done in because you guys came, was it like 2007?
That's about right.
2007.
Yeah.
And now we're in 2023.
Indeed.
You guys have been here for a long time, and I think because when we was growing up, it just seemed not normal, but normal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And now when we've all grown up, it's like, wow, N-Dubz at that time, you guys were really doing what needed to be done. How does that feel when you look back and you hear all those things that you guys have achieved as a group?
Yeah, so basically, us as N-Dubz, we feel like there's always more to do. And it gives us a different sort of drive. So, like us being back right now is because we have this drive and feel like we want to do more. And we hear those accolades and that, and it's like, it's fantastic. It's mental. And but at the same time, it's just like well, what's next? Where can we take it to next? And that's where we're at right now. You know.
I think it feels more real now, because like when you know, like they say, when you're in the moment, you're just as you go along and everything's happening and everything's crazy. And now you're a bit older, and then you come back and you get the reception you get to take it in more, and be more present. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like before, when someone would have said all of that, it would have been like, oh yeah, it's not really registering. But now it's like, yeah, damn it, we did do that, didn't we?
Dappy, I feel like you never disappeared, to be honest with you. I feel like the others kind of went a bit quiet, a little bit here and there, and then I feel like you've always kind of been there, like in the mix with everything that's kind of happening. Why is that?
I mean, we all enjoy it so much. Do you know what I mean? That's the main thing. I don't do this for the peas, for the money, for the skrilla. I do it because I enjoy it so much, and I do it because well, we do it because we just love getting on stage. Like you could strip me from all the drip, all the peas, all the life, all the good life. Put me on stage every night, and with 100,000, 75, 60,000, that's you can leave me with that. I'll be happy. You know what I mean?
So what you got?
Does that make sense?
No, it makes a lot of sense.
Like I love people running up to me saying to me, "Oh, you're cold. You're my top 5. You're my top 3. You're so dope. You lot are the best." That's what I live for. You get me? And I love helping people and giving to people. You get me? And not many people get to see us in our downtime, or how we're like, or how an artist is like, or celebrities like. When in their downtime, people tend to seem to think that everything's just happy-go-lucky and this is a good life, but people don't understand that we go through ups and downs, and do you get me? And like we're givers. That's all I'm telling you. Me, my cousin, I call her my sister, my brother. We're givers. We're good people. We're all about spreading love and positivity. And if someone's down, we'll bend over backwards to. You feel me? That's the main thing we end up.
How did it feel deciding that you guys were actually going to do this? Because there was a lot of speculation. There was even times when you all had to kind of shut it down. You were like, no, never going to happen. And there was, be like, oh, is it? And then we'd get a tweet saying, no, it's never happening again.
To be honest,
so what made you decide, okay, we're actually doing this now?
Look, because basically, again, don't judge us off the music that we've been putting out. It's just a little teaser for what's coming up. We sound so good together, and we make so much great music in our downtime. So due to that fact...
Why did you say don't judge us off the music that we put out now?
No, I'm just saying to you, wait
till the album drops.
Wait till the album. Basically, that's just little teasers, isn't it? You can't tell a band or paint a picture off of 2 or 3 songs, basically. You need to hear the whole thing. And that's the thing with N-Dubz. We're about giving batches. We're more about giving batches of music. So
we're an albums group.
You have to hear 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. Then you're like, I hear what they're talking about. Does that make sense?
I don't know if you guys saw the post from Made You Think over the weekend.
Yeah.
Did you see it? And he basically kind of more or less said what Dappy's saying now. He's basically saying that he feels that the singles you put out are not doing justice to what, because he managed to listen to the album. I don't know how that happened. I haven't been no secret
I'll shout you
later.
Work
that out for you.
I'll shout you later.
We can make that happen for you.
I want to hear. I want to definitely. But he was basically saying that he feels that the singles are not showing what the album is, and he thinks the album is really good, solid piece of work, and he doesn't want people to.
What post is that? Someone showed me that.
Someone Made You Think.
Someone showed me that.
Made You Think, and he was saying that he really enjoyed the album.
I need to check that post,
but basically, kind of what you're saying.
Basically, I can't explain it.
Singles, when the album comes, it's major.
When my dad was alive and he started the N-Dubz thing, Uncle B, R.I.P. We don't ever bring him up, but he started this whole thing. He would always say,
everyone knows you can rap, but writes songs, isn't it?
Yeah, but what was we just talking about? Sorry about this.
You was basically saying the singles don't judge.
Sorry. So I just had a little moment. Sorry, I didn't. So sorry about that. Go on.
I was going to say, the thing is with N-Dubz, even if you hear like the first 3 albums we did, there's all different types of genres and different types of songs for every type of mood and every type of person. So it's very difficult when we've come back and we've done that again, and you've got all these different types of sounds. We've covered the commercial, we've covered the more urban, we've covered a Talisa favourite song, a Dappy favourite song, a Fazer favourite song, and all different types of fans out there. And then you've got us individually having favourite songs. You've got the label having favourite songs, then having everyone to compromise and pick as a group. It's very difficult being in N-Dubz trying to get off the back of 3 songs, this is a full example of what you're going to get, which is why I think we've always have been album selling artists, because it's only when people listen to the album they get their full gist of how their top 4 records, and it'd be completely different from another person's top 4 records.
This is the point I was saying when B was alive. He was saying you lot make so many great songs, like I don't know which one to pick from, basically. So that's like when my pops was alive, like He'd speak with
But that's a
accent.
good problem to have,
Like,
though.
yeah, he'd say like,
as
you
an
lot,
artist.
you lot have got so many to choose from. I thought, what do we choose? Which one? He had a little accent, like, which one do we choose? Which one do we choose? And I was like,
Fuck, man, which
yeah,
one?
fuck, like, fuck. So I'm
That's
like,
always a good problem
so
to
he
have,
would say
bro.
like, why don't you just, back then we had Channel U. So we used to just lick like three or
Bag all of them out.
3 or 4 or 5 videos at a time, you get it, Z? He'd always say to us like, there's so much great pieces of work here. You don't want to choose this one and choose that one and leave out this one. Like you need to do 5 videos and just put them out all at the same time, and then people will understand you more. Because again, N-Dubz, the main thing N-Dubz is about, Z, is like toxic female and male perspective. We always like, there's so many narcissistic people in a relationship and so many unfair people in a relationship. Us is all about equal, do you get me? About like equal rights, you get me? So like the
perspective.
equal perspective, yeah. So
No, I wish you don't.
Yeah.
I
come
would
on, bro,
you.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I would
like
you,
so
bro.
a male
Yeah.
in a situation, a toxic situation, a lot of the time one person will be like above the other, for instance, and they'll get the last word. We'll end up the
Especially when these two are writing, so it's
Yeah.
my job as a woman to
Do
be
you get
like,
what I'm saying?
hang
So
on a second.
I was gonna go
on
on
the album,
finish your
you'll
point, yeah.
see that it's, oh my God, what a very harsh reply. And then you'll hear Talisa's reply and she go, yeah, that's exactly what I would have said back to him.
you know what I mean?
Or
Because-
them.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what N-Dubz is about. Every day-to-day, realistic, toxic things that you can relate to.
and each one of us represent for somebody. Do you know what I mean?
you
So it's
can't,
sick.
and like, whatever made you think post, I'm gonna go check. Like, you can't paint N-Dubz with 1 or 2 songs. Let's say we chose for up-tempo records, spend all your money, feel good stuff, you get me? Spread the love, you get me?
Yeah.
But when you read through the albums and you go through the lyrics, you're like, whoa, this is my life, oh my God. Like,
And
it's like, oh, sorry to cut you,
Go
T,
on,
sister.
that's alright.
It's N-Dubz is like therapy, I see it. That's
Yeah.
why so many people come and stand there and watch us. It's mad.
Do you
Love to all those people.
Do you worry about like who your audience is? Because obviously when N-Dubz first came out, we were all young. I think I don't know how old I was, like 15, 16 or whatever. And now I'm 33. So do you worry about who your demographic is now? Or
We know this from the stats.
Okay.
So actually, it goes back a lot younger than you think. So see,
Right.
like the first round of concerts, it was over 14s. So now we're getting 20-year-olds turning up to 22-year-olds that
Okay.
were like anything from like 6 to 8 at the time,
Right.
like really young, listening to
That's what I was saying
N-Dubz.
to you before.
So the age range, it really kind of varies from like, I would say around like 22 up to like 38. It's really, really wide looking at the concert goers and the people that turn up. And obviously the label looking into stats and stuff on socials. So it's wide. It's wider than people think. We have a lot more of a younger fan base than we realise. And I'm looking at some of these kids like, well, hang on,
how do
how
you
old
know?
were you?
Yeah.
It's mad.
It's
Not-
crazy.
Not only that, Z, we're marinating. If you don't know us, we're N-Dubz, the one and only, and we are back. We used to make music when we were younger. Now we're men, we're women, and we have just made some of the best music we've ever made in our lives.
Growth is real.
And we
you
are
know?
here to stay.
The growth is real, man. For real,
And the
musically.
thing is, it's like I said to you, our music helps people. If you listen from 1 to 16,
If you deep it.
if you deep it and you get through, and yeah, like it'll
What's
help you, man. It's very
What's the dynamic between you guys now? Because obviously it's been well known that when you guys split up that there was a little bit of online stuff, whatever, back and forth. Then there was a reason why you guys weren't getting back together. How have you guys got back together? You're obviously around each other a lot now. As you, Dappy just said, you're grown men now, grown women. How has that worked? You
It's
just
mad
learned
because
to just...
It's the same as it always was.
Daps into your blood cousins, isn't it?
Right.
Daps will be at my house. Daps my best friend since 6 years old. No matter if we're making music publicly, we're still making music behind the scenes together. We're still doing things. This guy will be at my house at Christmas for 4 days. I'll go home. He's still at my mum's house. My mum will call me. Daps is still here. He's been here for 4 days. I put him on the phone. Man's just here, just chilling. Mumsy's cooking for man. Yeah. It's nice. We're family, like, do you understand?
Yes,
So
there's
it's
a
not.
family dynamic, which obviously has its moments where you're going to get into
Yeah, like the
arguments
brother
and-
sister rivalry.
Yeah,
sort
like
of thing.
me and Daps have that all the time. So it's like we're either 100 or at each other's necks, but that's what makes us.
We're proper realistic. You don't think we're not? We're mad realistic.
And I think we don't. Do you know what?
Let me show you. We wouldn't let no stupidness run past us. We don't. We're good judge of characters. Like.
And to be honest with you, you see when these two go at it, it comes from a place of passion though. It's weird. It's so weird. It's never just a thing of like, oh, I think you're this or that. It's like everyone's got a valid point, and it all comes from a place of passion. So we might be arguing about a set list before a show, and it gets mad, like proper crazy. Things are getting thrown,
and then after that, it's fine.
Yeah, we're on stage smashing it.
That's how. Do you know what? I'm like that with my friends. When I'm in an argument, I am very, very fiery. Like very fiery. I've got a sharp tongue. I'll be saying shit that I'll be like, oh shit, I should not have said that. But like, which is a trait that I actually don't like, which I know is bad. But I'm like that. So I always say, if you're with somebody or you have a relationship with anyone, platonic or romantic, if you're always agreeing, somebody is lying. Something is not. Someone is.
Especially if you work together.
Right, someone's suppressing themselves, especially when it comes to being creative and then ideas as well. Do you, when you was coming up, social media wasn't such a thing. It wasn't like a main source of how your records are going to sell, how people are going to engage with you, whether people are going to take you on or not. What does that feel like now for you guys? Because I can imagine it's quite weird.
Exciting for us.
You like it?
Yeah.
Do you all like it? I think you like it. Talisa, do you like it?
I don't know if you know me, but when I'm not working, my social media is off deactivated. So I'm just not a social media person. But it comes with a job. Do you know what I mean? So when I'm working, I'm on it.
I'm getting used to it. You know, holding the camera in front of myself like that and talking feels alien for man because of just from where I come from and the way we lived. Putting the camera in front, I just feel like it's like a mad bait thing. I'm filming, and that's just my mentality. But I'm getting around that, and I'm getting the camera out more often than that now. So yeah.
For me, it's the same as turning up to interviews. You would just go and do a load of rounds to promo, and now you just pick up your phone and go straight onto socials. So in a lot of respects, it's easier,
and it's instant.
But then it's instant, and you can reach out to more people, but it's a little less personal than doing a sit-down interview like this. So it has its pros and its cons.
Dappy, I feel like you have a love-hate relationship with social media. No, I feel like you do. Dappy, you've been saying something. You've said things from the past, or you've gone viral for things. I'm like, oh, Dappy, you should not have said that. You should have left that one alone. Why did you do that for? That wasn't. But I feel like Dappy is like the little rock star of the group.
Yeah.
Are you? Definitely, I can tell. I can just tell. Even the way you were shaving your face earlier, I was like, what is going on? It was just so deep inside. Like, why was you pressing it so hard into your skin for? You wanted like a cologne shave. But the way you was even doing it was so lit. You were just sitting there like, just like, what?
The rock star, the mother hen, and Mr. Mediator.
Is it? Okay,
right. You can't show someone your character with meeting them once or twice or seeing them 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Again, means I've seen Zeze 2 or 3 times now, and she's trying to understand. You get me, my character, my fun side, my thing, and that's the thing about judging a book by its cover or stereotypes straight away. Like, you should always give someone a chance. Do you know what I'm saying? That's goes with everyone and everything.
You should come and spend like 4 days when we're in a residential studio with us, right?
I would absolutely love that.
And then you would understand, but it would take like a minimum of consistent 4 days, living, sleeping, in the same house, and watching everything moment for
we're
moment.
Pretty easygoing people. What are you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying to understand the dynamic of the group and the inner workings and who we really are as people is not easy to get on just like here and there. Hello, and do you know what I mean? You need to go
deeper than that.
We're not even trying to like force that to everyone. Hey, come and be with us. Like, come and see how we are. No, I'm not saying.
I'm just saying I get it.
Do you guys feel like
it'll be fun for people to actually get to know us individually?
Do you think you've grown up?
We're fun people, man.
Do you think you've grown up in front of the world?
Yeah.
Do you think the world has seen a lot of because I think so how old was you guys when you first came about?
19.
No. Well, maybe it's because I'm the youngest.
You was like 17.
I was like 17 when we first had any.
Are you happy that it happened that young?
Well, to be honest with you, we've been working together since we was like 11 years old and stuff. So before we even got to getting these records out. We was already working for like 8-9 years together.
Right.
Yeah.
Without
Already
having it,
studying
so we already felt like when it came to the time for us to come out, we felt like the time was right.
Right, okay.
We've been working for time. It's like, when is it gonna happen?
Yeah,
When is
it's
it gonna
like,
happen?
this
When is it
ever
gonna
gonna
happen?
We'd already been doing it.
Right.
So then by the time
Years.
it came, and that, it's like, oh, finally, yes, we're in the game. Right?
When did you realise that, oh, okay, this is it. We've actually made it now. We've gone clear.
Do you want me to tell you?
I remember this obviously because we had a show in a place called
I remember it.
Red Hill. And
I remember
then
that show
it was
as
like
well.
a 2,000 capacity venue, and it sold out, and the kids were just screaming word for word, "I swear, you better not waste my time." And all of us just looked around at each other and was like, "We made it!" Like it was that was the moment, and even B saw it and was like, "Wow."
Yeah, I remember that. That was a good show. It was like, and then he died straight after that. But we won't get into that. It was just
That was the
it was
first.
surreal.
Yeah.
We looked at each other like, bro, we actually, everyone's tapped in.
The man wasn't ready for that. I got pulled off the stage, bro.
So now,
Yeah.
Yeah, I went like that, like
Girls
first
were
show, like
screaming
man
after
just
them like they were just
dragged man off the stage. I was like, nah.
What was that like, being that young, all the girls after you, loving you off?
It was crazy. It was wild.
They loved it.
It was wild. We was
absolutely
young.
loved it.
What about you, Talisa? Did you have like all the guys coming after you? Was it impossible because you had these two? Like,
Yeah,
right by your
bodyguards.
side,
Like, what
never
you
letting
on?
you do
Man, them,
anything?
what you
But I was
on?
the big sister, so it was also like, no, you can't tell me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What to do. I'll tell you one thing I did notice is that, like, see maybe guys that had tried to play the playboy before, like, I want you, I don't. And then all of a sudden, then they were like,
Giving you.
Party.
that's when I was like,
No, but also don't
Party.
believe them because what they'll do is
Well, I didn't.
they'll make you think that
Yeah.
they've changed, but really
Yeah.
all they want is to just play games with you.
Yeah.
Because that's what men like to do, play games.
It was
The girls do it too.
What, play games?
Yeah, a lot of the
You
time.
don't play games like guys play games.
They do, man.
It was an interesting lesson at 17, do you know what I mean?
What? Say it again.
No, I was saying it was an interesting lesson at 17, like sussing the game myself, like, oh,
Right,
this is
okay.
how it works, okay.
So after when I feel
Sorry.
you did X Factor, which was again, it feels like such a long time ago, and it kind of was a long time
is.
ago. But what was that like as well? Because I think when everyone found out that he was going on X Factor, there was like a lot of mixed reviews, like is she qualified? Why is she doing it? Etc. Etc. But I forgot that you were mentoring Little Mix, wasn't you? So how does that, when you see Little Mix now and Leanne and all of them doing whatever, how does that feel knowing that you was a part of that journey?
During the time it was happening, I was extremely proud. For like years afterwards, extremely proud. And of course, to this day, I'm extremely proud. But a part of me has disconnected from X Factor because so many other traumatic things happen around that time. So I disconnect from it emotionally because it just brings back too much for me. So I don't feel it, the things about it that I should enjoy as much as I should and could, because I tend to have like a blackout period from anything before 2013. I'm just like I disassociate myself mentally from that time. So yeah, very proud, but now it's like with me and that time of my life, I'm just like, doesn't even exist.
And that's just kind of like to protect yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I think when I do interviews like this, I know there's certain things that people would like me to touch on. And if I'm being honest with myself, as I've got older and I've started doing more of these interviews, sometimes I'm like, do I want to touch on things? Do I not want to touch on things? No, and I will, but I'm also very, as I've got older as well, like when I first started doing my interviews, I was very like, well, I'm just going to ask these questions because da-da-da-da-da. And I think, if I'm being honest again, as I've got more into this industry and I've got more, understanding the ins and outs and actually and I said this to someone, I said, I can't imagine how it must be being 17 or however old you were, being in the limelight and having access to so much things, so much money, women, like just everything is no one's telling you no almost, you know what I mean? And on top of that, you're literally teenagers. So imagine that. So I was saying, I can't imagine what that is like. But you have, Talisa, I think you've been through like a lot of like very dark public times. You know what I mean? So in that time, because you had the whole thing with the drug case and then you had the sex tape and all of that, like how have you managed to come out okay? or good or being or not even being
It's my nervous laugh kicking in.
Or not even being scared of social media, like me personally,
yeah.
to come back on the gram or to whatever, just to be out in the public eye when people know so much about my life. I don't know how have you managed to do that?
I don't really know, you know, Z. I actually don't know. I think people just either they fight or they fall. Look, you have two choices. When you don't have a choice, you have two choices. You can have a breakdown or you can crack on. And I think, luckily for me, my childhood, it was already quite stressful. It was high intensity, high pressure, and it built me for stressful situations. So I came into this world fighting. So it wasn't something new to me to have these. I always had the feeling of like, oh, I was built for this. I get it. And I'm a spiritual person or a religious person. So I'm looking up to the sky like, okay, this is my path. For whatever reason, you want me to just keep going through this stuff because it's going to grind me down. And every time I build myself back up again, I'm becoming the person I'm supposed to be and that you want me to be.
Sick.
So that was just my perspective. And I think, yes, spiritualism and religion is the thing that got me through the most.
Are you in your soft girl era now? I hope you are. I hope someone's treating you nice.
No,
doing nice things for you.
I couldn't be more single.
Okay, but you're allowing yourself to be.
I'm in my balanced era.
Okay, nice. What's this?
So I went through a period, like after the trial and everything, where I wouldn't hurt a fly. I was like in my Buddhist, let me go climb a Himalayan mountain and never speak to anyone again and just live off rice and beans and talk to flies. Like, that's literally the mental space I was in. And before that, obviously, I used to be renowned for being quite feisty, you know what I mean, and hard-faced, sticking up for myself if I needed to. And I became so soft that I lost the ability almost to defend myself. It became a weakness.
Right.
And then things weren't moving in my life the way that I wanted them to move. And I even had a dream. I sometimes have spiritual dreams. I had a dream and someone came to me and said to me, listen, it's not going to happen until you balance back out again. Everyone needs to have that darkness in them. I call it the beast that is there to protect you.
Kind of like the yin yang thing,
into
innit?
it.
Yeah,
It's there to protect you, but you've got that beast tamed, and it doesn't come out unless it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
But it still needs to be there because this world is full of demons. It's full of devils. You have to be able to protect yourself.
100%.
And it's taken me years and years to find that balance and get it back and to have that savage in me, but to have it controlled and still be able to be very soft and tap into that softness in myself.
Yeah.
So now I feel like I'm finally there. And then for me, everything's lining up, timing for a reason. Here we are doing N-Dubz again. Finally, when I'm in that balanced era.
That's so nice to hear.
So it's
good, man.
nice.
It's good.
It's peaceful.
Can I say? I see it as I've personally found it quite hard to conduct myself in interviews, and as you do so many, and you look back at so many that this shouldn't have done that. Now the way we speak and the way I like it. I like it.
It's real. It's real, man.
And so, like, I can count on T. I can count on Faze going in an interview talking on behalf of me.
Right.
You get it. You can say I know they painted my picture perfect, and I'll do the same for my sister, for my brother. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Trust.
Trust, and at the same time.
It's maturity, though.
Learning off mistakes.
It's maturity, though, isn't it? Comes with time.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I mean. As we get older, as people, you learn like, okay, that doesn't make sense, or
like
this doesn't make sense. But you just done it in front of everyone, so everyone
That's
gets
the
to
thing.
see
That's where I was going
when
with
you
it.
basically fuck up. Everyone gets to be like, oh, well, Dappy did this, oh, Hazel did this,
Because
Talisa
man
did
don't
this.
realise we're only young, we're going through things, and we're doing it in front of the public eye.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when we make these mistakes that usual people make on normal day life, it's not televised, it's not seen. People just put the skeleton in the closet and crack on with life. But where you can't put those skeletons in the closet because they're on the show for everyone.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so.
And other acts like us, they've got a whole team of 50 people around them telling them, don't do this, don't do that. Whereas with us, that was our selling point. So our whole team is there like, let them rip, guys.
Right.
Because everyone's just there to, you know what I mean, make a quick buck. Let them rip, let them go crazy. Oh, all press is good press, go for it. Egging us on.
Yeah.
So we didn't have guidance. When once B passed, that was it. All we had was each other. And we're very, very young people, learning as we go along.
Trust.
And I think we've done a bloody good job
Come
considering.
on, T.
You know?
Come again.
Yeah, and all of that realisticness, you can hear it in the album.
Yeah.
You can.
So the album's called Timeless,
Yeah.
and it's out on the 4th of August.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big up to the
Again,
4th of August because it's part of Leo gang. Leo, I'm a Leo, so I feel like any,
Little birthday present for you and that.
My birthday
if you guys just like, I'm happy for the album.
I'll send an early one.
That's what I'm
innit?
saying,
Get for
like,
the early play.
but can I get like what's that thing called, the vinyl? Do you do vinyl? Have you done a vinyl one? And then can you guys sign it for me? And then I can have it as memorabilia.
We've worked enough together now. You're a part of us.
Oh, this is the thing. I'm like
We'll
in the
definitely give you
N-Dubz
a-
clique,
Yeah,
basically. I'm basically gonna come out on stage on like, I'm
No,
gonna
wait,
just be
you know
there.
what we want to do? We want to convert. We want to bring you to a show and see a live show and see it for yourself. I would
That-
like- I'd
no,
like you to do
listen,
that
I
still.
don't.
I'd like
I'm
I'm pulling
not.
up in August anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
We've got non-stop shows all summer this summer. Make sure you see us. Tickets, Live Nation. Get it
Okay, so
online.
back to the album. So Timeless.
Yeah.
It's called Timeless. I'm guessing you called it Timeless because you guys are timeless, or is there deeper
got it.
Do
meaning?
you know what it is? We strive on making music that's timeless.
Okay.
Like when we go on to these shows and stuff like that, we're doing songs from 10, 15 years ago, and people are singing them out like as if they heard it yesterday or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
And you've produced, on
yeah,
it,
yeah.
right? You've put like
Everything.
the whole thing.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
only like one or two
One-
records
one or
that
two
there was an
singles, yeah.
outside.
But that goes historically as well.
Made you think
Yeah.
so that, by the way, as
But
well.
that goes historically as well
But
for all
he's-
the older stuff and that as well.
That-
so.
do you
But
think a lot of people know that?
no. But I don't scream and shout. If you know, innit? Like
But why not though?
I don't know. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy to be out there shelling like if you know, you read the credits, you see I'm across every.
No, you got to let people know that you're the one doing it. You're making your thing.
But
you
listen,
have to,
but people don't understand the dynamics between N-Dubz. You could literally put me, Daps T in a room, lock the door, go away. 4 months, 3 months, we're gonna have records produced. Like I mean, from nothing. Just give us a computer, a mic, and us three in a room.
Keyboard.
Yeah.
Music will be made, produced, recorded, written, album, mixed, all in one
All
room.
in
Come
that
back
one
3 months
room.
later with nobody else in that room. I
Yeah, and it's done.
shit you not. Just us three.
Apart from
Problem.
all the great concepts and all the amazing melodies in
Yeah.
there, it just all sounds sonically really
Yeah.
beautiful and nice.
And do you know what it is? You see, like
Cut
when
me
we was
off,
doing
thanks,
that. Sorry, no, it is. I'm elaborating on what you're saying, my guy.
No,
I'm elaborating on
These
what you're
times,
saying.
but
Trust me,
Faisal,
though.
can I just say something? These times he actually cut you off. So I'm just letting you know.
Oh, sorry.
He didn't actually
Oh,
really
it's like one of those ones.
apologise, 'cause, like-
I saw the middle of my conversation.
It's true, I cut you off.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like, I was trying to say that sonically, because we're sister and brother, we always just sound so nice in interfering with each other on music,
Yeah.
vocally.
And not just that as well. Like when you
Done
listen
it
to the
again.
older stuff, I'm elaborating. I'm trying to elaborate, my guy.
Shall we all just slap each other and move on?
But hear what I'm saying though.
Go
When
on.
you listen to the older stuff, and then when you finally get a chance to listen to the newer stuff, like one thing about us is that we strive on making good music. So, like you said, Daps hasn't been out of the limelight. But if you don't know about Fazer, I've not been out of the limelight either
Trust.
Right, yeah,
on
yeah.
production.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
make
yeah, that's a good
records
point.
for
A lot of records that you see on
everybody,
radio,
like big
and you hear big
records,
records that you hear. A lot
BTS,
Fazer's
Rihanna,
names
I've
on
done
there.
big records.
Do you think that's the problem
But
we're sorry to cut you, but
Go
kind of what you're saying is, do you think that's the problem with nowadays social media? People are just so instant. No one really reads the credits, unfortunately,
Yeah.
anymore. So that's why I'm saying, if you don't say it, no one.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Kelvin Harris or those kind of people
Right,
that
then
really
no
front
one
it from a
knows.
DJ perspective. People don't really know
No,
about
that's
who's
true, Papa.
producing
Trust.
what, unless
You
you're
gotta
musical
shout.
All right,
and
well,
you're
listen,
into it.
man produced the whole album with my guys here.
All of them.
I had my guys in the studio, Mazebees, I
Revenge,
had
Meza,
Revenge, Lucid. It was a
ZTVD.
collective.
It was a small team
All-
of
it was a
us, Gareth Berry,
small collective
Bethany.
of family.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't
Small
no
collective of
outsiders
family, no
or anything like that. It's
outside.
really family. Think
it was-
people that
it
we've
was-
known since 10 years old,
it was,
family. My little brother, my,
do you know where we
my
went?
brother from another mother is literally us lot, and then writing music that we just feel good with, and that's all we've ever done. We haven't tried to conform to what industries are doing or what other artists are doing. We've always done our thing, N-Dubz, and we just tried to make great music that's gonna last a long time.
Do you
Absolutely.
know where we did it? Go on, Daps. This is
Yeah,
probably when
basically-
now you want to know what it's like having three of us. This is what it's like. Everyone's trying to get a word in.
I mean, I love it. I'm
No,
just
we-
like,
we-
yeah,
we-
just
we're
like, yeah,
excited
good.
You got to, at least you're about to talk.
We're excited for
Let
the
go.
people that don't know. Obviously, there's people
Yeah.
that know about us. We're excited to introduce our sound and our concepts and our melodies to the people that don't know about us. You get
Do
it?
you,
I'm excited to do that as well. And sorry to
gonna
cut you.
say about-
I was going to
I know
say
what you're
before
gonna
you
say.
say the next thing, Z. We made our album, 16-track album. We made about 18 songs altogether, but we picked 16. We made it where Michael Jackson made some music for a whole period of time.
It was his hotspot actually. It's where he used to even go stay when he wasn't recording his albums. He became friends with the people that owned the studio.
I was copying a picture in the back, and I was sitting on the desk exactly like how he was sitting on the desk. He was sitting like that. And Will.i.am was there, and he had his hand, and I'm always there. Everyone's like, bro, why are you always in that same position? I say, leave me, bro.
This is where Michael was.
I'm always just like there, bro. With my right hand, I'm always copying it. Yeah, so.
And that's what inspired Habiti. If you hear it, you need to
right.
The rhythmic thing.
Yeah, there's some rhythm on the song that you can blatantly hear that. Yeah, Michael Jackson definitely.
What do you feel about the music industry at the moment?
Inspired.
How do you feel about it?
It's healthy.
It's healthy. It's amazing the way UK is getting branched out to London. The city London is the most exciting city in the world right now.
Right, yeah.
Before London never used to get a look in with rap or
no.
Now we're like, so I'm so happy to be a part
the tables have turned.
Yeah,
I was saying this yesterday.
You see, like America, yeah, they used to be like the forefront of hip hop and everything like that. Yeah?
So good.
And everyone will wear the baggy clothes. Now they're looking over to us, Europe, boom,
and,
UK.
Even some Americans,
the way that we're wearing this, they're starting to dress like us, tech releases, flipping and Miri, this,
I like it.
Do you understand? Like, this is European styling, yeah, like.
What's the lady saying? Talisa says she's not doing it, no dating at the moment. So what's the late? When we had you said.
No. This is what one more thing is, yeah. I don't date. I court.
Ooh.
What is that?
But courting is like if you think you're about to get married.
But listen, I've been celibate for the past 2 years.
What do you mean?
So it's like no sex before monogamy.
So just nothing?
Yeah. So basically, you're courting is you like to build friendships before you start dating.
Yeah, but Talisa, how are we doing this?
You don't shag them and you get to know them.
I don't like these conversations. I'll step out of this one. You know what I wish I had doing this.
So you're just
I've got friendships that I'm building.
Oh, but there's no touching allowed?
No.
So you've not been touched for how long? 2 years? Oh my God, I would literally die. I would die.
There's a lot of the time where I say, hey, T, do you need help with my man? I was like, what? And then I'll go around, I see the way she treat him. I'm like, God damn, like
man's simping.
Like, yo, like, I'll say, I could never.
Yo, man,
how could you treat him like this, bro?
I don't treat anyone badly.
Doormat.
No, I'm joking.
Bare doormat.
I do not treat anyone like a doormat.
No, do you know what they're doing?
Bro,
they're
you're
at you right now.
Stop.
People are gonna watch this now and be like,
hey, should I say a name? I don't. You see, I wouldn't dare, but bro, like, look.
No, basically, you know what it is, yeah? They're so used to having the girls wrapped around their little finger, running around like little simps after them. And so when they see a girl doing it to a guy that's got a guy wrapped around her little finger, they're like, oh, that's so bad. I'm the same as you. That's it. I'm the same as you. That's it. And I learned from the best, clearly.
oh, see? Nice.
That is what makes
Mad.
You can hear it in the album.
That is great.
And then Talisa will just like,
And shut the whole thing down.
Yeah.
But I like the way you deflected there, because what I did was I was asking them, and then they flipped it on you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
I know you got my back. See what I got to deal with.
Just distracted me, and I was going to move to something else. But don't worry, it's there. So Dappy, what are you saying? What's the Gandam saying?
oh, no, it's just.
Oh no, complicated. You do have quite.
You don't want me to start talking.
You've been quite public with your relationships, haven't you?
Yeah, but let's just forget about me.
Okay, fair enough. Faisal, I feel like are you single? You got someone?
I've got someone. I've got a household. I've got family and that.
Do you know what, Faisal? I always thought I feel like you're the nice, calm one.
Yeah. I'm laid back, man. I'm chilled, but when it's time to go, it's time to go, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? And I choose that. That's selective, innit? Show on, show off, and that.
I get you. And we were talking about your hair earlier. We were saying the locks. I like the locks. Looks nice on you.
Thank you, man. I grew them for many years before, like before N-Dubz for like 8 years. I had like long dreads, like longer than your hair and that.
Right.
And then some girl in my class, some bitch, gave me nits.
Oh no.
I had to cut them, bruv. I was emotional, like crying, and I said never growing dreads again. So then the whole N-Dubz man never had dreads. Lockdown came. I said I'll take the opportunity. I'm growing my hair out again.
A lot of guys are doing the locks, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're not doing it like this though, man.
Like your thing is set different.
Clean, bro.
Dappy, what you got going on?
My hair's growing. You'll see. Give me
because I feel like you experiment with your hair quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah, you'll see it. And give me like 2-3 months. You'll see some nice things.
Oh,
I just got a big bunch of hair, and I'm just doing some stuff with it. And keep stuff.
Have you guys got any questions for me?
How are you feeling at the moment? How are you in life? Are you good?
I'm all right, you know.
Yourself?
Who are you entertaining?
Who am I entertaining?
Her dog, her new dog.
Thank you, Hazel. There we
you,
go.
man.
That's what we're saying.
We always entertain our dogs. Our dogs are our best friends. They're our soulmates.
Okay, I'd like to
I deflected that
see
off you, you
an
know,
argument with you and someone, and when you get onto someone and no cameras are around and you've had a bad day.
Oh yeah, I'm brutal. That's what I'm saying. I'm brutal. A thing, and I'm also a crier. I cry a lot as well. As in, like, I could just start crying if I'm really upset.
Someone will definitely need to give you a hug if you start crying.
I'm a crier.
Yeah, you need to.
Definitely.
Do you ever do the typical woman thing where you cry because sometimes you just can't be bothered getting into it, and you know it's just the easy way around it? If you just bust a few,
No,
he's gonna go, okay.
No, because I feel like you should reserve your tears for the most crucial moments in life.
Okay.
When you're
If you cry
losing an
too
argument, or
much,
for example,
then, they
or
will,
Yeah,
then,
like
then
when
it's
you're
like
losing an
a
argument.
boy who cries wolf if you do it too much.
Yeah.
If you cry too much.
Yeah.
So, what are the songs that people should go to on Timeless?
So apart from the lovely singles that you lot have been hearing, I would like you lot to go and check out Play Your Part. A very, very
I agree with that.
toxic N-Dubz song.
For the
Then
streets.
Realistic song. Then go for the streets. Another very toxic N-Dubz realistic.
It's for the
song.
girls though.
For the girls and for the boys as well.
More for the girls.
But you see. And then I'd like you to go to a song called London, which is a very beautifully written song by me, TM Fafa, Phaser, about London. We freestyled it in our arena, and we was doing some crazy things, saying I've been to Bournemouth, I've been to Manchester, but guess what? There's just no place like London.
We turned
And
it
we
into a
made a
song.
song out of it, basically.
Right.
And then we've got another song called
I wanna see all of the lights.
for the lights,
Yeah.
all the lights,
which
and
is
then,
like mental health. It's touching on mental health stuff, so
amazing.
people are in dark places and trying to find a way out and stuff. It's been-
There's
for the
always a
people.
bright light on the other side. Anyone can go through them. Then we've also got you better believe me now. Believe me. Do you believe me now? Again, another great N-Dubz toxic back and forth. There's some serious stuff on
Yeah,
there.
man.
Especially if you're dating a narcissist.
Couple good ones.
Again, that's not including the singles that you lot have
Vendetta, all
played.
them
Right,
songs.
right,
They're wicked,
yeah.
man.
I
So we went
think
crazy. We went
I
crazy.
think
like,
Real is
production-wise,
going to
went
be
crazy. Like,
a fan
yeah,
favourite.
Real's-
I think Real's
wow.
going to be a fan favourite.
Wow,
Watch.
amazing
I think
song.
Real will
And
be a
then-
fan
and then,
favourite.
the one with the choir.
that's what I'm saying. We got choirs on
Oh,
there.
yeah,
Basically,
Vendetta.
you guys-
Yeah,
basically
there's the whole album.
Man went
Like,
for
I said to you,
strings,
I said
choirs,
favourite
food.
song,
No,
and
what's
then
the-
the-
Yo.
We've got
Huh?
Vendetta.
That's what I'm saying. Vendetta, bro. Come on.
Okay, nice.
He
Big,
wrote
big,
that at
big,
that time
big
when Floyd was
gospel choir on there and thing and that. Yo, listen. proper
when
thing.
them Nutty Feds, man, done that
Yeah.
to Floyd.
So what's the future plans
wrote
for
that around
N-Dubz then? The album comes out, and then what's your hopes and your dreams? What would you like to happen?
Well,
We would like it to do amazingly and for us to start branching out into other territories.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
We feel like the world needs a band like N-Dubz because, like we said, we're all about spreading positivity and good vibes and stuff like that. And in the world today, I feel like the world needs it, man.
Yeah, and again, like not only that, N-Dubz music is therapy. We're too realistic. We're very realistic, and people need to hear the things that we talk about and the concepts.
But we don't do it in no corny way.
Yeah,
Right,
like
Like, we're from the streets, man. Like, we're not
Yeah.
manufactured in any
And-
way. We
and
wasn't put together by a record label or something like that.
And the thing
We're
is, there's
family
no,
and friends, yeah.
sorry to cut you off. There's
Go
no
on.
bands, there's no groups anymore.
Yeah, there isn't. It's
And
not a
there's
thing
no
right now.
dynamic between one or two or three vocalists, especially a female and two males that are all very so opinionated. And the way we do it is very realistic, and I want the world
And
to
we do
to
it well.
I want the world to have a chance to tap in.
And experience it. You know?
Thank you guys so
Love.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zeze.
You know what to do. Like, subscribe, and make sure you listen to the album. Because, like they said, N-Dubz is very much needed. We need groups, and we need feel-good music
Yeah,
as
man.
Yeah,
well.
there's a lot of
Not
feel-
every
there's some
day,
feel-good
like,
music on
you know what I
there.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
Some
in,
feel-good
you know what I
music.
mean? Just
Yeah.
There's some,
And deep emotional
there's some-
music that really
Yeah.
brings out the deep emotion.
there is
Yeah.
that on that album.
That you can
Trust me.
feel word for word, and that's what we do.
Triumphant, glory, motivate,
Stories.
all of that.
thank you guys.
Love.
Thank you.